Hey, True Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this post, I want to talk about Obama's recent trip to Alaska and him participating in the renaming of Mount McKinley as Mount Denali, its original native name. There's actually quite a few interesting synchronicities here that you should be aware of. I think there's a lot of foreshadowing in this event. McKinley is one of the presidents to die in office. To date, 8 have died in office. The last was John F. Kennedy. McKinley was shot on September 6th, kind of like 96, the year that this mountain first got the name McKinley. The mountain was not recognized as Mount McKinley until 1975, 40 years ago. What's interesting about Mount McKinley is that it has Pythagorean gematria of 44. Mount McKinley 44. 44 is the kill number in simple English gematria. Show you this real quick. Kill is 44. In history, Julius Caesar died in 44 BC. In the history of presidents, the first president to ever die in office was William Henry Harrison, who died on April 4th, 44, 1 month after becoming president. The last president to die in office was John F. Kennedy, who died as the 44th term president. Obama's the 44th president. JFK was the 44th term president. So Mount McKinley has this 44 connection, this fateful number. He renamed it Denali, which is interesting because Denali in Jewish gematria sums to 79, a number connected to murder. But also notice how Denali and Alaska both sum to 45. Interesting. Just show you here, the word murder has gematria of 79. Kill and murder coded within this mountain. It was Mount McKinley officially for 40 years. 40 years. What's interesting about 40 is it has gematria of 84, a number that's important to Obama. In Jewish gematria, Obama equals 84. Obama's birthday is August 4th, like 84, 8/4. United States of America in Pythagorean gematria is 84. Think of the book 1984 by George Orwell, written after World War II about a futuristic society a lot like the one we live in now. That book begins on the date of April 4th, 44, George Orwell's book 1984. The word Jesuit has gematria of 84. There's a lot of Jesuit connections to the founding of this nation. Pope Francis is the first Jesuit pope publicly. He has a life number of 84. Obama has a lot of connections to Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln died on April 15th, 1865, a date with 84 numerology. A lot of people say it was the Jesuits who killed him. Jesuit has that gematria of 84. If the numbers bore you, I apologize, but this information is worth knowing because this is truly how our history has been mapped together. They say Mount Denali means the Great One, which is interesting in Gematria because it sums to 118, a number connected to death. Here we have the numbers of kill, murder, and death in this seemingly harmless event, the renaming of a mountain. But when you know Gematria, you find all the coded numbers behind it. And then when you look through Obama's presidency, you see that these numbers have been coded over and over in terms of foreshadowing an event. Recall that Obama reopened Ford's Theater at the beginning of his presidency where Lincoln was shot and killed. Check this out, Truth Seeker. Here's the 8 presidents to die in office. William Henry Harrison died on 4/4, April 4th. Let me show you something about 44 and April 4th in our language. 44 has gematria of 144. April 4th has gematria of 144. JFK was assassinated on the first day of Sagittarius, November 22nd, 1963. Sagittarius has that gematria of 144. Again, he was the 44th term president. I say it is the Freemasons and the Jesuits who are behind all of this. The date JFK died, 11/22/63, is a date with 96 numerology. Freemason in gematria, 96. Very important number. Remember, Mount McKinley named in 96. He was shot on 9/6. We'll get to these examples. Zachary Taylor was the second president to die in office. He died on July 9th, 7/9. Remember, the word murder equals 79, a lot like 7/9. He first became ill on July 4th. So think about all the presidents who died on July 4th. Supposedly Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both died on the same July 4th. A Masonic ritual date. Lincoln, we just talked about, died on the day with the 84 numerology. Garfield was the fourth president to die in office. Garfield, the name, has gematria of 44, the kill number. McKinley, shot on September 6th, died days later from the gunshot wound September 14th, 96, Freemason. They said that he died from gangrene because of the shot. Gangrene has gematria of 44. Warren G. Harding, the next president to die in office, he died August 2nd. The name Barack Hussein Obama in Pythagorean gematria with S exceptions sums to 82. Another number very fateful. A lot of famous people in the last year have died at 82, including Ernie Banks, who died shortly after visiting Obama. The date he died on is a date with 33 numerology, another number often coded into murders. FDR died on the 102nd day of the year. He was the 32nd president. United States of America sums to 84 with S exceptions. America sums to 32. The 32nd president died on the 102nd day on the 33rd parallel in the 4th state, Georgia, which has gematria of 44. His last day in the White House, March 29th, 1945, was a date with 33 numerology. White House is on the 77th meridian, also a date with 77 numerology. JFK was the 8th president. FDR was the 7th president to die in office. JFK was the 8th. He was the first Catholic president. Catholic has gematria of 35. He was the 35th president. JFK was shot from 411 Elm Street. 411 Elm Street. Look at what the word assassin sums to in Jewish gematria. On the Andy Griffith Show in the year 61, 2 years before his assassination, a bootlegging family is arrested by the police at the address of 411 Elm Street, just 2 years before the JFK assassination. Right now we're living in the time of the 114th Congress, the reflection of 411, led by John Boehner, who's made some really harsh remarks foreshadowing Obama's fate. Notice that John Boehner has gematria of 114, just like the 114th Congress, which was elected on November 4th. This is what's going on in the world, Truth Seeker. A history strung together by numbers. All these events foreshadow what is to come. So hope you learned a thing or two. Knowledge is power. Please spread this information. It is vital. We need this as a society to wake up to see what is being done to us. All right, truth seekers, until next time.